Hey everyone, Brian from Medigaplist.com. Just want to answer a question that a lot of people have been asking me. How do I sell online as opposed to going to the home for Medicare supplements? And it's just some questions. I mean, all agents pretty much have the same questions, and I learn a lot from other agents. In this business, it's certainly I'm definitely not the I'm not up on Medicare as well as some other agents. But then again, we're not paid to be up on Medicare and know everything about Medicare. We're paid to be salesmen. And, there's always a phone call that you can make and talk to somebody, and there's always, someone that has more information. And to be honest with you, when I first got into this business, there was someone that I knew that knew everything about Medicare but couldn't sell. So it made no difference. I mean, basically, he was a walking encyclopedia, but was afraid to actually sit down with people and go over things. So I actually used him, as a tool for myself, and compensated him, for questions that I had. Now, what I do is I have a couple friends in the business that are pretty smart. They know a lot about Medicare, Medicare Advantage plans, and all the different rules and regulations. And plus, if you have an FMO, you should use them. You should be able to call them, and there should be somebody that can answer those questions. So for me, basically online, how I do it is if I'm doing a T65, someone aging into Medicare, 67, whatever age they are, I go out to the home most of the time. It depends. Now, if somebody calls in as a referral and says, hey, Bob, said that you could help me out, I, do the appointment online. And pretty much, they feel comfortable because they, it's a referral and so forth. But if it's something, that comes in online, it comes in as a lead, and, it's in my area and I don't want to pass it along to somebody else because most of the time now I try to pass it on to another agent. But if I want to, I'll go out to the home and sit down with them if they're turning, aging into Medicare, whatever age, if they're 65, so forth. But someone who's not aging in, that's been on Medicare already, I don't go out. Even if it's a referral, whatever it may be, I do it online. And I basically train myself to, I'll lose the sale. I don't care because I have a lot of, residual business coming in. So some people, I understand that they're like, well, they're trying to build up their practice and they need every sale. But, once you get to that point where, you're paying your bills with your residual sales and you really don't need the money that much, it's, okay, I could use the extra money so I could, take my wife out to dinner or something like that or buy something for my kids. You should switch over to the point where you don't go out to the home because it's really, when you think about it, most of the time you're looking at 3 to 4 hours because by the time you get in the car and you drive over there, whatever it may be, let's just say you're sitting at your computer in your jeans, you have to go, get up, get dressed, drive over there, sit down with them. Usually I can do an appointment in 40 minutes, but if they're signing up, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, especially if you're doing an e-app right in the home, if you bring your iPad or something like that. So, you're looking at an hour and some change for an appointment. Then you have to drive home. Let's just say you do a paper app and you get home and you put it in the computer as an e-app. For certain companies like Cigna, I like to do that sometimes. It's faster just to do it on paper. And plus I like to keep the signatures in my file. You're looking at a lot of time. So I always, say to people, listen, I can do it right online. Do you... And sometimes I'll throw out in a nice way, do you go in to see your car insurance guy, or are you used to doing things over the phone? Because we can do it that way also now. And like I said, I do it nice, and I just kind of bring an example into it because a lot of times I've found, especially people that already have a med sup, they would rather do it online. They don't want you to come out. They don't want to take time. They'd rather just call you, have a it takes, 15 minutes, especially with like an Arlic app, to just do it right over the phone. It's really quick. You just ask them the questions and punch it in, and then you're gold. And they don't have to sign anything or anything like that. They can just give you the information. So actually, one of the things the tools that I've been using is Join.me. I've used it a lot. It's great. I used to do WebExes. And I used to, man, I don't know how long ago, do WebExes. I have nothing against WebEx, but this system's just, it's old. It's not up to date. It's not easy anymore. I used to think it was easy, but I would have problems. I would email, the meeting over to people, and then trying to get into it was always a pain. This system's actually really cool. They can punch in a code. It's so simple to get in. I mean, I can't tell you how many presentations I've given, especially to agents, that I've spoken to about our lead generation system. They love it. It's fantastic. They get on there, and then they can use this, for their clients and so forth, because that's what we're moving into, especially with Medicare supplements, is not going out to the home. They have a camera on it that you can, that people can actually see you, so they know, people feel comfortable seeing your face. But we're getting to the point where it's like that movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in. I forget what it was, but where he was talking on the TV. That's basically the way it is now. I mean, if you can set up a camera and they can see you, they don't have to have a camera because you don't need to see them. They just want to make sure that they can see your face and so forth, and you can do that on Join Me. So I'm trying to think of some other tools that might be helpful online, but that's basically what I do. I'm able to sign them up, and you know what? I do set up a presentation, with my picture and everything, but it's the same thing as like a WebEx. You have your slides ready to go, and then when you do Join Me, you just go through the slides and you show them. And most of it, like I said, if they're on Medicare, it doesn't really matter because they already know this stuff anyway. But you show them a slide, you show them a picture of yourself, a picture of maybe your family, just some things to make you a normal person, not a robot, and then get into some of the slides and so forth, and then just I get into the comparisons. And I wish if I was shooting this on my desktop, as you can see behind me, I would go through my slides and show you, but maybe I'll do that in another video because this video is kind of long anyway. Listen, come to medicaplist.com, shoot me an email or give me a call, and we'll go over some things. I love talking to other agents. It's great. It's a great way that we help each other out because we're not in competition. Basically, we're in competition with the corporate world. None of us want to go in and sit at a desk and work for somebody else. We're all independent agents. That's why we got into this business, and I love it. So I love talking about it. Give me a call. I'll show you our lead system, how to do things online, and we'll progress together. Take care. See you at the next video.